Welcome to India Unraveled, where we discuss very interesting topics around India's culture, spirituality, history, and mythical subjects. I'm Kaushik.
And I am Jayanta, and today we'll be discussing very intriguing subject of Naga Sadhus and our warrior and ascetics of India. So
Oh,
that
that's
is
very, very interesting. I'm sure it is going to be a very interesting topic, and personally, I'm very, very interested in it because right now, because of the Kumbh Mela, we are seeing Naga sadhus all over, and these are the people who are uh, everywhere in Kumbh Mela, and there's a lot of discussion going on. So I'm glad that we're going to be discussing that.
absolutely that lot of interest because of their secluded behavior and this thing. They're very well taught right now because they vanishes into the thin air.
So, if we are talking about the Naga sadhus, one of the things that comes to mind, I've been reading and I've also been looking at a lot of YouTube videos.
Yes.
One of the questions that is coming up, and a lot of people are asking that, is apparently Adi Shankaracharya was the one who started the whole Naga sadhu sect. Is that correct?
Not really. Actually, Adi Shankaracharya, he created the Akaras of Hindu Dasnami, 10 Akaras, but he did not create the Naga sect.
So, and Adi Shankaracharya was like around the 8th century
Yes,
or so?
732 or that area, yeah, 8th century.
7th or 8th century. So basically, what he did was he organized all the sadhus into different akharas. So that
Yes.
was his contribution.
Yes.
So in that case, where did the Naga sadhus come from?
That is very interesting. We have to go back to the history. We have to go back almost more than 500 years ago. Around 1160, 1170, when the
So about 1300 years ago, not 500 from today.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
it is around 1150, 1160 when the Islamization started in India from Afghanistan. People started coming into the border of India.
Who was the person who invaded at that time? Do you remember?
That is Muhammad Ghori.
Okay.
Ghori is a dynasty,
Mhm.
and these two brothers they expanded the Islamization and their emperor into India.
Interesting, interesting. So that was around the 11th century. So did the Naga sadhus start at that time or
No, not really. See, what happened when the Islamization started, it came with the persecution and the conversion. A lot of people are converted, and the Hindu practice were tortured and murdered and killed. So one gentleman, one family, a lot of families, they migrated from Varanasi, the our spiritual epicenter, even today. So one particular person, his name is Rama Misra Ogniyotri, he moved from Kanauj to what is now Bangladesh.
Okay, interesting.
And he's from his generation, uh, his descendant, who is the original person who started this one.
What was his name?
He when he was born, he was named as Kamalanayana.
Okay.
But from the beginning, from the childhood, he was very like priestly behavior and all these. He started doing scriptural reading and all. So he was initiated. After initiation, his name is Madhusudana Saraswati.
Okay.
And this Madhusudana Saraswati is the person who created this Naga sect.
Okay, so let's just pause there. Personally, I had not heard of Madhusudana Saraswati, but seems like it is very, very interesting. Where did you read about it? How do you know this?
Okay, actually, that is interesting. Madhusudana Saraswati, if you see, this is one of his book. It is very well written. This is Gita. He has done many books, but this is one of the book where it is referred and documented, and it is by Swami Gambhirananda.
So what happened? Madhusudana Saraswati, like you said, his family migrated to Bangladesh. So did Madhusudana Saraswati then come back to the Banaras or that area?
That is very interesting. Actually, what he did, he went back, third generation, to Varanasi. And when he was in Varanasi and all, that same persecution still continued. And Muhammad Ghori has expanded his dynasty. He has gone back. Then it is the dynasty of Babur that started. And Babur, and then came Akbar. And Akbar he was ruling at that time, Delhi Central Sultanate.
When Madhusudana Saraswati
When
came
Madhusudan came there,
Okay.
and Madhusudana Saraswati has a connection with Akbar.
Oh, so he knew Akbar.
He knew Akbar.
Okay. So what happened? What did
What
he do?
happened is when the Hindu priests and all, they came and approached Madhusudan, can you do something? So Madhusudana Saraswati, what he did that time, he went and talked to Akbar.
Okay. Wow. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yes, that is like it's the historicity is recorded. And then what they did, Akbar says that I cannot do much because they are the Muslim priest. So Muslim priest killing anybody, there is no rule. They are not falling under the purview of the law of common man.
Okay.
They can get away with anything. What Akbar suggested, look, I cannot protect them or I cannot give any punishment. What you should do, you should create a parallel from your Hindu sect who will be like the warrior kind.
Mm-hmm.
If they do protect you guys or if they counteract, it will be under the same law.
So I didn't know. So Akbar actually helped Madhusudana Saraswati to put together a warrior sect.
No, only thing is that he extended the law.
He extended the law. Okay.
Same law that
Okay.
is protecting the Muslim
And
priest.
Madhusudana Saraswati was the one who organized them into warrior
Warrior sect.
not Adi Shankaracharya.
Not Adi Shankaracharya.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. I'm not sure how many people know about that, but that's fascinating. So, since then, I believe that the Naga Sadhus, who we know today as Naga Sadhus, but they came from that warrior sect, is what you are saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And since then, they have been protecting the Hindu religion and anything happening.
They do all the things like that, very austerity, they maintain that one, their physical awareness and rigorous practice of Hinduism, as well as they are
Also trained
also
on
trained in the martial
arts and so on.
everything.
Okay, weaponry and all that.
Weaponry and everything, yes.
Wow, that's very interesting. Now, one other thing that I have heard and I wanted to ask you, someone was telling me that apparently long back they also fought with Alexander the Great. Is that correct?
Or no, there is no historicity. See, Alexander the Great, it is BC, 320 BC or so. This Akara and all these things, it was started by Shankaracharya.
Only in 8th
Around
century.
8th century.
Okay.
And then after that one, almost 700 years after that, when Madhusudana Saraswati created this Naga sect.
So there was no way that they could have fought in any
there is
battle.
no historicity, and it is like one of the things that.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because, based on my knowledge, I don't think Alexander's forces came all the way to India. I mean, they were at the border of India. That's what I heard.
That is right.
Right.
It did not come all
That
the way
far.
to that one, up to Varanasi. and all.
Okay.
Yes.
Very interesting, very interesting. So I'm sure all of you have learned something new, at least I did. And I'm sure you have learned something very, very interesting and something that very few people are aware of. So what we are going to do, Jayanto, if you're okay, we will continue this conversation in the subsequent episodes as well, where we'll continue to talk about similar interesting topics. And if you guys really like what you found out today, please comment if you have any additional information so that others can also be informed, and go ahead and like and subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to bring you more stories like this. Thank you very much.
Thank you.